Okay, what's up? Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully this stays. I found like a nice way to position my phone. I hope I don't look like a dead body. Brian, get off speakerphone. Talk on your phone regularly. Yeah. Um, hey guys. So, uh, here I am. What's up? So I got everyone who's back so far. I got a big old list. We're gonna go through it, and we're gonna share some love, you guys. As you can tell, we have yet to do makeup for Hedwig. That's next, but we did the Disney video this morning, and that'll be coming out soon. We're about to do Hedwig next, so I'll give it a few minutes. If everyone, I figure, I don't know, if hopefully there are 400 backers. Oh, wait. It says we have 398. Is anyone stop being a backer? Is that possible to find out? But, we can find out if, it says we have 400, which is pretty cool. That's great. So I'll hold off for 1 second so that, people can get on just in case and watch, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if 400 people are going to end up watching this, but if you do, it's like, then you can watch this. I want to just tell everyone that I love them and that it is almost at 200. Thank you, Kimberly Lee. We did just hit 400, and we're so close to hitting 50% of the goal. So yeah, guys, I'm really excited. Thank you for your enthusiasm for this project so far. It's tough. It's tough because we've done so many Kickstarters, but it's all for the good of just doing fun new projects that you guys hopefully get to enjoy. So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to do this, and what's going to happen? I have not got my hair cut yet. For everyone asking, I get it cut tonight at like 9 or something. It's a late night haircut. Okay, here we go. Starting from the beginning, and again, once I hit 200, I'm going to do it. And if you are not able to see this, I'm so sorry. But it'll stay on. It'll stay on, hopefully. So here we go. Okay. I love you, Julia Albain. I love you, Beverly Rollins. I love you, Christina Stab. I love you, Gemma. I love you, Rachel Hasketh. I love you, Jennifer Joy Jameson. I love you, McKenna. I love you, Stephanie Walsh. I love you, Emma Rylands. I love you, Catherine Biggs. I love you, Angie_Mo. I love you, Liz Siren. I love you, Pia Bowl. I love you, Star Kid Corner, Lou. I love you, Jamie Lafner. Lafner? I love you, Jamie Lafner. I love you, Mira. I love you, Leanne Wooton. I love you, Lucy Norris. I love you, Katrine Gunther. I love you, Drew Massey. I love you, Adam Brunetti. I love you, Jennifer Ross. I love you, Monica White. I love you, Lauren Davenport. I love you, Signe Sergers Ball. I love you, Kelly Murphy. I love you, Lorena Mandela. I love you, Beth Dunn. I love you, Anya. I love you, Winona Nelson. I love you, Jay. I love you, Ilana Atwater. I love you, Gemina Speller. I love you, John Schofield. I love you, Gregory. I love you, Gregory McCausland. I love you, Vicky Webb. I love you, Amy Lambert. I love you, Emily Moyers. I love you, Jay. I love you, Jemima Cornell. I love you, Jennifer A. I love you, Sinead Persad. I love you, Sean Persad. Yeah. I love you, Diana Ramirez. I love you, Alina Vergara. I love you, Ellie Edbrook. I love you, Jennifer Vredeveld. I love you, Paul Kamarowski. I love you, Megan Watson. I love you, B. I love you, Sarah Goddard. I love you, Ruth. I love you, Ellen Kendall. I love you, Diana Woods. I love you, Amy. I love you, Lindsay Masarke. I love you, Irvin Cateman. I love you, Irvin Cateman. I love you, Megan. I love you, Nicole Weller. I love you, Andrea Toledo. I love you, AC. I'm running my AC right now, and I love that too. I love you, Ariel Bell. I love you, Brittany Law. I love you, Lauren Thompson. I love you, Sophie Dembski. I love you, Sarah Thomas. I love you, Danielle Gibson. I love you, Jay Sellers. I love you, Ellie. I love you, Adam Wood. I love you, Katrina Newman. I love you, Sarah E. I love you, Adriana Giordano. I love you, Aaron Law. I love you, Allison Campbell. I love you, Emma Gray. I love you, Seb. I love you, Alish Douglas. I love you, Michaela Mincombe. I love you, Kenneth Hooper. I love you, Denise Miller. I also like Dennis Miller. I love you, Ellie Bottomley. I love you, Sarah Geppert. I love you, Anne-Sophie Peterson. I love you, Emma Saunis. I love you, Emily Rennie. I love you, Madison Schrank. I love you, Amber Ferguson. I love you, Deborah Packard. I love you, Ella J. Osborne. I love you, Parker Seeley. I love you, Linda Rosenthal, Brian's mom. I love you, Cameron Hope. I love you, Jamie Hartley. I love you, Shelby Highstand. I love you, Curtis Lawrence Mega. I love you, Alec Kima. I love you, Paulina Schroeder. I love you, Jessica Smith. I love you, Katrine Karenpour. I love you, Kay Quitzon. I love you, Louisa Pierce. I love you, Shelby Blakely. I love you, Mary. I love you, Rowan Wilkie. I love you, Nicole Burfind. I love you, Inga Olson. I love you, Amanda Stringer. I love you, Samantha Ramirez. I love you, Megan Whitney. I love you, Lisa. I love you, Renee. I love you, Jesse. I love you, Tyler Colin. I love you, Emily G. I love you, Madeline Hackman. I love you, Michelle. I love you, Dylan Rudiger. I love you, Tia and Courtney Fortier. I love you, Taylor Thornton. I love you, Zachary Daniels. I love you, Dad. I love you, Nikki Kohler. I love you, Danielle DiMambro. I love you, Caroline Keene. Kim. I love you, Caroline Kim. I love you, Rianne Fox. I love you, M. Edwards. I love you, Serenia. I love you, Katie Holden. I love you, Maggie Kearney. I love you, Jem. I love you, Jenna Lawson. I love you, Sammy Jane Blackman. I love you, Marcus Steinsland. I love you, Kelsey Wallish. I love you, Suzanne and Art Menichello, my aunt and uncle. I love you, Darlene Vallis. I love you, James Viernelli III. I love you, Eric Damon Walters. I love you, Alex. I love you, Silent Girl 88. I love you, Rajani Adhikari. I love you, Chantel Dixon. I love you, Fika Govart. I love you, Claire Slater. I love you, Amelia Eaglesham. I love you, Kate Moley. I love you, Kim Langendijik. I love you, Lottie Taylor. I love you, Benita Gingerella. I love you, Fulvia Verna. I love you, Barbara. I love you, Christina Nasato. I love you, Amanda. I love you, Alicia Magliaccio. I love you, Sarissa Hannawinkle. I love you, Emily. I love you, Alyssa Baldino. I love you, Morgan. I love you, Megan Perry. I love you, Danielle Critchfield. I love you, Josh. I love you, Abby Underwood. I love you, Linda. I love you, Jack Waters. I love you, Finley Jones. I love you, Ray Voda. I love you, Eileen Stadt. And I love you, Amy McEwen. I love you, Katie. I love Kath Scary. I love you, Jessica Manhart. I love you, Julia Villanucci. I love you, Kendall. I love you, Sarah Wing. I love you, Nassim Mansouri. I love you, Kelly Litchford. I love you, Megan Cliff. I love you, Linda. I love you, Chantel Valancourt. I love you, Julia Becker. I love you, Amy Plouffe. I love you, Julia Delbel. I love you, Aisha Turnquist. I love you, Michael Kaufman. And Eliana Kaufman, I believe, is your daughter, who you're backing for. So I love you, Eliana Kaufman. I love you, Anna Newnham. I love you, Allison Gerber. I love you, Corey Sapienza. I love you, Hannah Campbell. I love you, Caru Ambrogio. I love you, Wendy Roerdink. I love you, Kayla Raquel Vanderhelm. Oh no, I have to go back. Okay, good, one right there. I love you, Patricia Santos. I love you, Agnieszka. I love you, Maya Puye. Maya Puye. I hope I'm saying that right. I love you, Maya Puye. I love you, the Corey Lubowitz Street Team. I love you, Kimberly. I love you, Laura. I love you, Nicole Betchard. I love you, Emily Molcock. I love you, Caroline. All right, hold on. I have to take a water break. So, if any of you are confused watching this, I'm doing this Periscope because people who backed Spies Are Forever, the new Kickstarter, the musical that we're doing, we just hit 20,000 today. We're getting real close to our halfway point, and that was a goal I had set. And I said, if we're gonna hit it, I will get on Periscope, and every backer who's backed so far, I want to tell them that I love them because this is a good way to stream it. I can do it. It's simple. Yeah, so I've done 200. I'm halfway through. Everyone who's on this, I love you all as well. It's hard to read these comments and follow everyone and get to everyone who also hasn't backed. But, FYI, I'm doing this for the people who have backed because this was something I told them I wanted to do. All right, so I got some water. I'm going to start at 2:01. I love you, Caroline Kaufman. I love you, Alexi Blanika. I love you, Brianna Ward. I love you, Samantha Fico. I love you, Julia Smith. I love you, Selena Peters. I love you, Karen Mooney. I love you, Shannon Hill. I love you, Alex Salmon. I love you, Periodo. I love you, Jen Hansen. I love you, Luis Hughes. I love you, Zoe M. I love you, Nikki Montalvo. I love you, Kat Chrysostamo. I love you, Zoe Richards. I love you, Amanda Nelson. I love you, Christina Noodle. I love you, Frederick. I love you, Camille. I love you, Elise Zimmerman. I love you, Sarah Blackwell. I love you, Fabian Blaumauer. I love you, Alana Gentry. I love you, Laura Loves Owls. And you love owls, and I love you. I love you, Sarah Kate Fowler. I love you, Nikki Harriger. I love you, Amanda Burnett. I love you, Sasha. I love you, Jessica Openear. I love you, Desiree Walsh. I love you, Heather Lewis. I love you, Greer Ryan. I love you, Camilla Rye. I love you, Rebecca Stoddard. I love you, George Pryor. I love you, Ashley Berry. I love you, Naomi Hackett. I love you, Julia Reagan. I love you, Rebecca Cook. I love you, Megan Inglis. I love you, Caitlin Fowler. I love you, Melinda Holmes. I love you, Brendan Blaber. I love you, Jasmine.Annabeth. I love you, Amy Tucker. I love you, Sheila Oland. I love you, Connor Moore. I love you, Maddie. I love you, Corey, with 2 R's, an I and an E. I love you, Ed Powell. I love you, Jalissa Guthrow. I love you, Melissa Rounds. I love you, Stephen Brickman. I love you, Melissa. I love you, Laura Harley. I love you, Stephanie Esterline. I love you, India Spittery. I love you, Weeb K. Klein. I love you, Rosalba Ancana. I love you, Autumn Johnson. I love you, Molly Bissell. I love you, Emily January. I love you, Julie Siegel. I love you, Irana Targonsky. I love you, Susan Allen. I love you, Hannah Strenger. I love you, Carla Worrell. I love you, Marilyn Baldo. I love you, Amy Perky. I love you, Catherine Lees. I love you, Melanie. I love you, Nicole Sequel. I love you, Sarah Crystal. I love you, Kate. I love you, Kate Honan. I love you, Jessica Hogue. I love you, Aaron Martin. I love you, Emma Lyons. I love you, Brooke Stewart. I love you, Bethan. I love you, Kelsey Anderson. I love you, Jamie Bear. I love you, Jake Gutwillig. I love you, Candace Moore. I love you, Kenna. I love you, Susan Miller. I love you, Tiffany. I love you, Quinn family. I love you, Anne Sophie L'Italian. I love you, Claire Kennedy. I love you, Rebecca Amphy Harkness. I wanted to make sure I got that one right. I love you, Victoria Hudgens. I love you, Jennifer. I love you, Antonia Giordano. I love you, Mary Warner. I love you, Kurt Hindenburg. I love you, Sarah Sanderson. I love you, Manuela Bohm. I love you, Richmel Paxton. I love you, Beverly Friend. I love you, Johan Bornset. I love you, Jess Titmus. I love you, Megan. I love you, Ronnie Kavoris. I love you, Amanda Christina. I love you, Melissa Fettermesser. I love you, Sion Boyle. I love you, Amanda Lumi Sugimoto. I love you, Kirsty Turnbull. I love you, Maya Cooper. I love you, Royson Breathnotch. I love you, Anastasia Nelson. I love you, Casey Davis. I love you, Sam Banazak. I love you, Robin Mathers. I love you, Tessa Moses. I love you, Marty Scanlon. I love you, Valerie Allen. I love you, Tracy Burgess. I love you, Shayna Runnels. I love you, Sophie Hagen-Monk. I love you, Ashley Lick. I love you, Millier. I love you, Sarah Hooper. I love you, Anna Vandenbosch. I love you, Becca Kilpatrick. I love you. I love you, Bethany Ekstrom. I love you, Chastity. I love you, Lauren Harmon. I love you, Corey Fisher. I love you, Elizabeth Lavoie. I love you, Sarah Watson. I love you, Madeline Marie Bell. And I love you, Danielle Nolan. I love you, Carrie Ann. I love you, William Purdy. I love you, Matthew Jacobs. And I love you, Perry Holojan. I love you, Dana Horn. I love you, Laney. I love you, Emma. I love you, Lucia Lyons Custer. I love you. I love you, Brittany. I love you, Shelley Chapman. I love you, Julie Hoadley. I love you, Antoinette Teeters. I love you, Anna. I love you, Adrian May. I love you, Carly. I love you, Lauren. I love you, Corey Lewis. I love you, Lisa Burrows. I love you, Sawyer Colby. I love you, Kara Marie Blake. I love you, Valerie Wagner. I love you, Alexis. I love you, Catherine Seitz. I love you, Cole McKinley. I love you, Ciara Morris. I love you, Katie Ziniwick. I love you, Molly Tracy. I love you, Renee Lubowich. I love you, Georgia Maynard. I love you, Ashley Gage. I love you, Annalise Keller. I love you, Tate Welsh. I love you, Adam Lapidus. I love you, Adam Lapidus. Thank you. I love you, Christiane Tellier. I love you, Amber Fang. I love you, Michelle Nguyen. I love you, Denise. I love you, Dan Gordon. Dan Gordon. I love you. I love you, Tegan Morris. I love you, Kaylee McKenzie. I love you, Rachel Dykes. I love you, Joanna Tiffenbacher. I love you, Brooks Fassett. I love you, Beth. I love you, Rebecca. I love you, Celia. I love you, Sarah Hacker. I love you, Brenna Kitco. I love you, Natalie Lowe. I love you, Mackenzie. I love you, Julie H. I love you, Luke Mansfield. I love you, Molly Powell. I love you, Catherine Weinfurter. I love you, Melania Amaya. I love you, Lauren Curbataro. I love you, Carrie. K-A-R-I, if you're thinking about that name. I love you, Crystal Akterkirch. I love you, Thea Black. I love you, Nikki Pasek. I love you, Krista Barrett. I love you, Tatiana Miralife. I love you, Emily Woods. And I love you, AJ Holmes. Wow. So, I'm going to refresh this page real quick. Oh, we've added some backers since I've started this. So, I'm going to say I love you, Vanessa Candido. I love you, Michelle Switzer. I love you, Shelby Reagan. I love you, Connie Shee. I love you, Stephanie. I love you, Bailey Marshall. I love you, Carla Salvetta. And I love you, Kimberly M. Lowe. Thank you guys for joining in. I love you all out there who are watching this, who have not backed. If you have not, don't worry about it. I still love you. If you can, please do. It would be it would mean a lot to us if you could join this project. But I love you guys. This is fun. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm gonna make sure this stays on my thing on this Periscope thing so people can watch it. But I love you guys, and thank you so much for all of you who are getting us to this point so far. We are at Where are we? Hold on, I'm going to say. We're at 20,826. We are less than $200 until we're 50% funded. It's going to be amazing. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye. Uh-oh.